leading up to Tokyo. In his absence, it was the Ukrainian Mykola Sinyuk who stepped up and took the world title. These two have been going with a great arm wrestle for many, many years, and it'll be a great race again between the Australian, the Ukrainian. Scott Martlew from New Zealand will also be in the mix, and don't discount the chances of David Philipson from Great Britain, and Federico Manciarelli from Italy also has a very, very good form. Manciarelli was a bronze medalist in Tokyo. There he is, bronze medal in Tokyo, but then fourth in the World Championship, so his form fell off a little bit after the Paralympics. He'll be looking to get back in there and remind us of what he's capable of here. But coming in from lane 1, Abdulakov from Uzbekistan.
In lane 3,
racing in here in the A final. Christian Volpi, 5th at last year's World Championships, representing Italy, the 2nd of the Italian.
Champion Curtis McGrath, representing Australia.
And yes, Curtis McGrath just been introduced now to the crowd. There he is. He's been an incredible ambassador for this sport. Can't underestimate how popular Curtis McGrath is back in Australia. He is, I talked about rock stars, he is a rock star in Australia. And Mykola Sinyuk, who has really stepped up in Kurt McGrath's absence. Will he be able to match the big Australian, though? Scott Martlew, he's had some very interesting tussles with Sinyuk and McGrath over the past couple of seasons. Philipson, David Philipson, 2nd in last year's World Championships for Great Britain, 7th in Tokyo. He could be in there challenging for a medal at some stage in this race.
From Kazakhstan.
Lane 8 is Bibaris Spatay from Kazakhstan, 8th at the 2021 World Championships.
Representing Austria.
Great to see Kazakhstan. And Marcus Swoboda, perhaps one of the most versatile paddlers on the planet. Not only does he do Paracanoe, he's done canoe marathon, he even did canoe freestyle last year and loved it by all reports, absolutely loved it. He's an absolutely outstanding athlete, a wonderful competitor on the water and a true gentleman off the water, and one of the veterans. He's one of the athletes who've been there from the get-go. When Curtis McGrath first started paddling, it was Marcus Swoboda who used to throw down the challenge to the big Australian, and those two in the early days of Paracanoe had some really, really great tussles on the water. But the man to watch in the middle of your screen is Curtis McGrath, an absolute legend of Paracanoe. It will be interesting to see. He's coming back now after a year off, how quickly he gets back into his stride, but he'd be pretty determined here to make his mark. It's the Ukrainian on this side of the Australian that you want to watch. Those are the two big-name athletes in this final. So here we go, they're off and racing. And it's also Volpi on the inside, the Italian, who got a good start as well. But Scott Martlew from New Zealand on your screen at the moment. He should challenge for a bronze medal, but it is Volpi from Italy who's gone out the hardest. Christian Volpi and Curtis McGrath now starting to reel him in. It looks like Sinyuk is struggling a little bit at this stage, but it's Volpi from Italy. McGrath now just trying to reel him in. Curtis McGrath from Australia. Sinyuk is struggling. Sinyuk is struggling for a medal. It's the Australian McGrath. It's Martlew. And also it looks like Philipson from Great Britain coming through, but it's McGrath first. Takes the gold medal. Looks like Martlew second. Philipson, I think, took the bronze. I think so. So Scott Martlew, Curtis McGrath. Curtis McGrath, a clear winner. I think Scott Martlew took the silver and Philipson the bronze. But let's wait for confirmation there. Christian Volpi led for the first half of the race. Curtis McGrath, though, perfectly timed race as you would expect. Never gets a great start, the Australian, but then makes up for it once he gets into his rhythm. Christian Volpi did get a very good start. Scott Martlew also. The surprise from the race was the Ukrainian Mykola Sinyuk, who really wasn't in the medal hunt at all. You can see there he was falling back pretty early on in the race, the Ukrainian. And McGrath at the halfway stage decided enough was enough And he was going to go out there and show what he's capable of. He'd be pretty happy with that, pretty happy to prove to himself that he's come back in pretty good shape. So let's just wait now for confirmation. McGrath with the gold medal, and yes, Martlu silver. Very close for the third though. Maybe the Italian Volpi held on for third. The Uzbeki athlete, Abdulkababov, came through as well and challenged there. Maybe it's a toss-up between Abdulkababov, Volpi, and maybe Philipsen for the bronze. But it's an Oceania gold and silver. Not too much doubt about that. McGrath takes the gold, Martlu the silver, and Christian Volpi, the Italian, held on for the bronze medal. Great finish there from the Uzbeki athlete to take fourth. Philipsen fifth, Sinyuk back in sixth, and Manciarelli, the former bronze medalist,